Let's give them a big hand one more time. I really appreciate them. I'd have to if I had a free hand. My name is Marya and I am your host this evening. Welcome to the Hot Air Slam. This is a slam competition based on teams. So we won't have individual poets winning, but we will have the teams winning. Orlando dropped out at the last minute after the press releases and all went out, so we do have West Palm versus Delray versus Miami in this evening's competition. For those of you who aren't familiar with slam, let me tell you a little bit about it. It started in 1984 by a construction worker named Mark Smith, who is hoping to bring poetry to the people. So instead of just having a poetry reading where you're focused on the top of poets' heads, we're engaging in a performance, igniting that same passion that drove us to write. We are going to hold a raffle, so for those of you who have your raffle tickets, you might want to get them out now. Okay, the raffle is for a dinner at Kyoto, a sushi bar or sushi restaurant that generously donated a $50 gift certificate to us, and the Delray Palm Beach Photographic Society that gave us 2 tickets for admission, and also a Hot Air Slam t-shirt. It's one of a kind, unlike any of the other ones. So we're going to start small. We're going to start with a t-shirt. And the number is 732035. 2035. The t-shirt is on here, and it's over here on the billboard too. It's designed by Jeffro, and we have t-shirts over here on sale for $20. Next, for the admission to the Palm Beach Photographic Center in Delray is ticket 2044. Who has ticket 2044? It's hard to see with this bright light. 2044. Oh, my mommy won. Let's hear from my mom.
This is great.
My mom's a cheater. We're looking for 2044. Yes, 2044. And for the sushi, for Kyoto, Sushi Sake Lounge, $50. 2056. Who's going to be eating raw fish sometime soon? 2056. Someone, 2056, you'll be eating wasabi. Crispy Imperial will be eating sushi. Our co-host this evening is Richard Green, the slam master from West Palm Beach. So give him a big hand if you're coming to a poem for you.
Oh my God, I can't see a damn. Oh, this is going to be real good trying to find the judges tonight, I can tell you that. I'm going to have to go get my sunglasses just to see. All right, anyways. I got told I was going to do this when I showed up tonight, so as usual, I don't have anything. I figured out what I was going to do. So I'm just going to do old dog. I may be an old dog who sleeps out in the shade. You may be a young dog who thinks he's got a name. Well, let me tell you one thing. This dog knows all the tricks. I find you sniffing around my tree. You wish you stuck and stick. I ain't no chihuahua go yiping on and on. I'm only going to give one growl and son, you best be gone. You better hightail out of here. I'll bite off your one good ear. I may be old and can hardly see, but I'm telling you, boy, don't mess with me. Yeah, I may be an old dog, a little slow to rise. Okay, so you're a young dog and adept at catching flies. And son, you better realize that just like you beat, bitches all know I'll be around when they go and read. Thank you. Anyways, I'm going to turn it back over to Marya and let her do her sacrificial poem. Everybody, let's give Marya a great big hand, please.
Blessed be. When the blessings are forgotten, the shame sets in. Today, heaven is lost in the kitchen. He sinks in. My God doesn't want me to be with a whore like you. And because he believes it's true, I smirk. And even though I know I shouldn't, I begin my work. Your God, I inquire. And which God would that be? I'm never done proving how relative his absolutes are. I never tire of the amusement it inspires when his language proves my point. I turn the accusation around, use his possessive pronoun to hang him on the implication there's more than one deity. He tries for a trial by law, you know, my being a whore and all. But I remind him that his God lifted the law and replaced it with grace, so he's sitting there red-faced, inflamed, but my ability to remember Scripture and still not believe it. You, he sputters, blaming me for picking the fruit of his own inadequacy. If it weren't for my Holy Father, he mutters, and he's not the first. Christians who loved my pagan ways, their archetypal resonance, and my lack of shame when I embraced the nature that drives me. He once admired the way his debauchery was my great right, his cause for absolution, my communion, a reunion of souls chipped off his same cosmic block. He changes his tactic, appeals to my logic, charges, quit the drinking! Your body is a temple! And I know this too, but it's not so simple. See, sometimes, and even his God knows this, sometimes the temple needs to be destroyed so it can be rebuilt. And when I leave because my name is not Jezebel. And Babylon is thousands of years away, and I can't go on living this way with someone who believes hell exists somewhere else. With someone who can't see collective divinity, and that all these years he's really been praying to himself and to me and to the tree growing in the backyard, in the garden where we've eaten unforbidden. And when I leave him with this offering. Blessed be. What order are they going?
Okay, we're going to do that, and don't forget to put down the order. Yeah, that'll work.
Pick one of these left sheets out. We're going to tell you which team goes first. Pick one out. That's not one of the yellow ones. Honey.
Oh.
I did say yellow. This is just like being married, I swear to God.
I forgot to bring my hearing aid.
It is West Palm Beach is Team A, followed by Miami, Team B, which means last but not least is Delray Beach is Team B. So West Palm, Miami, and Delray Beach. I will go in the pit, Richard, as we bring up the poets. So, West Palm, who are you sending up for the first round?
Mahady!
Matt Mahady, representing West Palm Beach.
From dusk till dawn like Tarantino, for the peasant of the pawn and the campesino, as supermodels spin on catwalk ramps, but mothers don't have enough food stamps to feed their babies, and rats with rabies swarm the tenement halls of the labor that builds the shopping malls and washes the dishes at the society balls of motherfucking debutantes who nibble imported French croissants on marble terraces, inspecting their cuticles, calling up their broker to buy pharmaceuticals at $85 a share. Do you think they fucking care if a family of 8 can't put food on the plate compared to the infant mortality rate of each United States of Fidel? Then tell me he's the despot they trying to sell like a set of encyclopedias in the corporate medias of the oligarchy, until Jeb Bush gets strapped in old Sparky. I'll fight to the death against their fascist malarkey. Turn it over like a car key in the ignition bombing, harder than Hamas on a suicide mission, sending hand-to-hand transmissions through the grassroots like a weed, screaming on the mic till my tonsils bleed.
Falling through the black and darkness of night, I can't seem to ever be able to think right. Having these lights and blue are devils on my trail, chasing me across open fields, beating me with chains, stones, and whips, having blood-filled sores across my back, and I can't seem to ever be able to think right. My thoughts on freedom, and will I ever be a free man? Wanting to arrive at our land of destination, in which like kings and queens we could one day become again, become again, become again, become again. Running away from the sounds of loud shots, barking dogs, not knowing in which direction I am headed. I have been blindfolded, held down at the neck of fever 40 pounds of steel that I was the fucking beast. The public's enemy number one. Just to find reflections of myself running away from the enemy. Knowing deep down inside, they are the only enemy. And when all is tranquil at the rise of the sun on the east, my soul will be at rest becoming one with my queen. Yet at 6:47 in the a.m. I read about her struggles behind brown-covered eyes. Her almost skin so soft and tender as the heaven's gentle twilight. Her thighs, they spread, held her down at the wrist, shedding tears as her screams of salvation echoed for miles at a distance, as these swine merchants penetrated through to her ebony morning, day and night. At nightfall, my blood boils out of rage, and if I was to kill these triple-K devils, my Lord, will you forgive me then? As the earth beneath my sands, as a man shattered in 1,001 ways, and I cannot seem to ever be able to think right. I cannot seem to ever be able to think right. I begin to panic. I'm being followed by my own shadow through the valley of death. At nightfall, my spirit rises. And if I was to rise my fist against the revolution, will you have my back then against the racist ass cop? As if it was 1993, rocking to the sounds of Lords of the Underground, #1 cheese rocker, #1 cheese rocker. In the event that you and I, as in we will no longer be called niggers and spigs and niggers of a lower denomination. You see, we have Lincoln SUVs in the ghetto. We also have 1999 purple Cadillac Escalades in the ghetto. Yet we have one too many other people dying in the ghetto. And I cannot seem to ever be able to think right. I cannot seem to ever be able to think right.
Diane, representing the West Palm Air production from Miami. Welcome up all the members of the team. With you, Tanya, Allie, Rebecca. That's it for now. Okay, everybody, let's give a big hand.
wanna be in America. Okay, by me in America. Everything's free in America. Or it must be in America.
No, you ever say no stinking lady liberty? You see what that puta did to me? She raised her skirt so high I can lick her fruit, pick her fruit, forget about the holes in my pocket. Wow. Ellos usaron la puta de mi trabajo to feed the troops, to build a rocket so people on Worth Avenue can have $10 house salads. That's 10 times the amount Liberty pays me for the burning citric acid taste between my kids' teeth. And mi país, I was a medical doctor, and now I'm humping under Liberty, picking fruits and vegetables like cotton. I'm not saying that La Madre Libre is paying favors, but she can keep her skirt down for the shit I get. Liberty reigns in America. No pain, no gain in America. So I will refrain America from falling in love with America.
I'm sick of serving $10 house salads with blue hairs and ex.com millionaires. Sick of waiting on Uncle Sam's clientele. You know, the ones that never kiss. If I don't let him flip my skirt, blow down my shirt, eat my $5 piece of choke chain. Well, I serve up food picked and processed by the indigenous peoples of wherever Uncle Sam's been boot stopping this week.
You know, she always supposed to keep the sun fresh.
Here's another $8 latte, hot and frosty, just the way you like it. Between the almighty and the nouveau riche shit, I think, fuck this. I'm gonna use my education and go corporate. So if they're making a pass, getting a sniff of my ass, it'll be climbing up the ladder. At least until my head is smacked, my nose starts flat against the underside of the glass. Yeah, I'll go corporate. I'll join a convent. I serve with a smile in America. Breakfast your food in America. You get your due in America. You must be the full of America.
I am one nation under God, white veil wet to the Holy Ghost, draped in atrophied alabaster angels, flesh drenched in angel screams, piercing pitch so high only you can hear. I strive to be like you, King JC, so I do not shudder when the priest pushes his cock up in me. It is throbbing with divinity pulsing, and I dare not turn away from your sanctity. Now I bleed for you just as you bled for me, each drop you shed for Uncle Sam's cavalry. And I take him, spreading me wider, birthing fresh wounds, dripping right, dripping sweet, pure pulp like the first time I tore the flesh with my own back to be worthy of your love. No longer chasing America, take on my body, America, taste of my body, America, off with the faith of America. I wanna be in America, okay, buy me in America, everything's free in America. In America.
Everybody knows Team Delray. Judges, please.
Is passing the pen on to me. That means our next team up is going to be B team, Miami. Who do you set it up, Miami? After Miami, we go to Delray, West Palm Beach. They're using a little slam strategy. Are you going to hold her gun for her? What's your name? Rebecca from Miami. Let's give her a big hand.
Down by the river, I see so many things. Darkness hide away. Come to light at the break of day. Down by the river, I see so many things. Her mother didn't care too much. She had her own problems, her own fears. Just to live was a struggle for her. There was no sign of a daddy, not even a clue of who he was, how he smelled, his walk, or his talk. She may have passed his face many times while walking the marketplace, but would have never known. She didn't care. She was just existing. Life was meaningless. $15 danced in the palm of her hand after 10 hours of bribery and begging. A hustler to her. A young soul mixed up in her foreign country's teenage ashtray, like a margarita drink with a twist. Beauty masked by filth and rags, because she hasn't been home in days. Then one day was too many days gone by, and her mother decided to miss her, but it was too late. Eyes watching the sunset down by the river, saw fragments of something that was once something special and precious, now turned to nothing. Within month intervals, the body bark of a little girl whose eyes once sparkled and kissed the morning sun, now was slowly surfacing above the waters of the rivers. See, someone felt the need to end her shameful lifestyle and tainted character, while forgetting that she was just a top child who was silently crying out for attention, guidance, and true love.
I got 1, 2, 3, all right, 4.
The next team up is A team. West Palm Beach. Who you sending up? Who you sending? Andrew from West Palm Beach.
Cancer. Everyone's gonna get cancer. Because everything causes it. Benign and malignant are the two types of tumors. Now I'm gonna ride through some cancer trying to...
From breathing in diesel fumes.
Cancer!
From urinal cakes in public restrooms.
Cancer!
From breathing secondhand smoke.
Cancer!
You're closer every time you toke. Cancer of the liver, so have another drink. Hepatocellular carcinoma, you'd better stop and think. Cancer of the pancreas with nowhere to hide. Malignant pancreatic carcinoma.
Michael Landon died! Cancer, like every Marlboro man when the Duke couldn't ditch it. You think that you can? You might get cancer of the breast, so get a mammogram, glioblastoma multiforme. So get a brain scan.
A close friend of mine has a brain meningioma. My ex's fiancé was diagnosed with melanoma. Leukemia was bad to my buddy Harry. I saw him wither for years. It was really damn scary fighting cancer. Now in treatment, monoclonal antibodies are providing hope, but you've got to drop your risk. You can't be adult. You'll face removal of the prostate or a hysterectomy, hyperfractionation, radiation, chemotherapy. There are so many damn cancers. Why can't I make you see not to rely on a cure? Because prevention is the key. I see you laughing about the risk when you smoke that cigarette. But when you're bald from the chemo, you'll be crying, I bet. And some of you might think that the beach is lots of fun, but if you've got fair skin, you might get killed by the sun. I can't tell you about all the skin cancers that I've seen, so be sure to protect yourself with lots of sunscreen or get cancer. Yeah, we gotta fight that nasty cancer in our lives every day and pressure George W. Bush. Have him make big business pay to take that arsenic from our water. Yeah, we gotta find a way to let malignancy know its ass is never here to stay. Gotta fight that cancer. Cancer.
Together we'll beat that
Cancer. Thank you, quit smoking, eat lots of broccoli.
Rebecca from Delray Beach. Let's give her a big hand. I'm spilling my guts to Mark the plumber for the second time while he has bent over my toilet bowl. I figure, why the fuck not? He is getting paid by the hour, and he is elbow deep in my insides already. I light a smoke and ask him, you want to see something really scary? You see this orangey chunk right here stuck to the side of the bowl? This is 16 years old, 200 pounds, 5 years and
65 pounds ago on the wet leather couch in my basement in Connecticut getting caught masturbating by my little brother. The backs of my thick calves are sticking to leather and I'm mortified. I thought they were all asleep. Now this right here, this is the taste of 3 Honeybell oranges in the morning after swallowing 3 handfuls of laxatives the night before. My forehead pressed against the doorknob, sweating it out. My stomach, some foreign thing I do not own. This is 14 years old, waking up in a strange place for the first time. My panties are damp and my eyelids have swelled to mythic proportions. Scott is staring down at me, breathing heavy, his bug eyes like tiny globes spinning in their deep sockets. His sheets are a kaleidoscope of angry jizz stains, and he smiles, his teeth caked in some pasty white substance, and I cover my mouth and shoot to the bathroom, but I am stumbling in slow motion, trying to regain control of my rectal muscles. Maintain. This right here is 19 years old, 220 pounds, 2 years and 85 pounds ago. Cat's bed smells like sex, sweat, and angel dust. This is 4 hits of corn starch, 3 capfuls of GHB, and 2 bottles of Alizé away. This is the sickness growing in the pit of my stomach when Denise takes off her shirt and there are long black hairs growing from wide pink nipples and Cat licks them anyway. But I am not there. I am crouched against the bedpost. I am walking through a lavender field in the south of France. I am running far away. This is blood-stained streaks across the wall of James's third floor apartment after a messy miscarriage. This is me handing his baby's mom the rock anyway, her empty eyes pleading for a front. This is the disgust growing in my heart when I toss her another piece and watch her scramble for it. This is the last fucking time I spit at her, as if I am so much better than she, as if she could never have been me. This is the way the stone in my heart turned, keeping time to hatred, fueling my steps as I made my way towards the door. My knees would have buckled for sure without it. So, what's the prognosis, Mark the plumber? Will it be another long, hungry summer? I flush and I flush, it won't fucking go down. The shame just keeps on rising back up anyhow. When I feast and I throw back to feast, this misery is still sticking around. And I am knee-deep in vomit. I am riding Haley's Comet. This is waking up one morning and realizing I am a tourist in my own home, that all it'll ever be is here. I just can't seem to find it. This is 10 years old, a hotel in Korea, fidgeting by the elevators, guessing which one will light up first. The smell of chlorine promptly lifting my spirits, and I am kicking the wall with worn-down sneakers, picking at cigarette butts, very capitalizing this in.
Rebecca from Delray, Heath. Right, in the third bout, we will have Miami followed by Delray and West Palm. Richard, you want to take over up here? Who's Miami sending up? And your name? Ricky from Miami.
A little bitty ditty about my friend Andre. Oh, Andre was all right, and Andre was gay. But Andre had it rough growing up so young. See, he was a single father's only son. Hey, boy, stop talking like a punk. Hey, boy, stop walking like you're gay. I know damn well I ain't raised you that way. But where you don't know where you get all this faggot mess from. I ain't gonna have it. You hear me, son? Well, Andre meekly nodded, tightened up his bit. He knew that Pop went down with it. Got his stuff together, straightened up his act. Started dating quite a few hundred. Oh, he was a real true player, as a matter of fact. Started going steady with this girl, Monique, the plum-bred sister on 120th Street. Oh, he was doing good in sports. Made the basketball team. And all the girls that Kelly and Andre was dreaming. But there was something down in Pop's mind, because he knew that everything ain't what it seems. It's just a something in the back of my mind. I'ma search that boy room. I'ma see what I can find. So he waited for Andre to leave for church, and he waddled, and he plodded, and he began his search. Soon after, his pot belly flew up in a rage as his 2 bloodshot stretched across this page. The centerfold unfolded down 3 pages thick, and Andre's book fell out and showed Jerome's 11-inch dick. Good Lord, good Lord. Son, I know. That sissy boy, man, he just got to go. That boy's still messed up with this shit. I just knew it. So he picked up that magazine and he threw it. And soon after that wall was hit by the magazine, Andre joined the ranks of homeless gay teens.
Followed by West Palm, Delray. Who's coming up? Mary! Everybody welcome Mary. Let's do a great big hand.
I want to buy a Russian bride. I want to pay her away. The one desperate enough to be wife to wife, the one willing to adopt and moan into my breasts and cling to my hands. I will build her a lullaby from fragments of car rides and gentle rhythms, and I will feel her through the rain, and I will name her Robin Saeva. We won't fight until I teach her my body language, and then I will feed her kisses and tokens of my mental awareness. We will take long, lazy boat rides down blue rivers, and she will smile sunshine as I fly down. I will ask her with my eyes to sit on my lap and speak Russian softly when we make love. I'm gonna buy a Russian bride. I'm going to pay her way and treat her like you should have treated me.
Everybody else married. Jeff. All right. Everybody, Jeff from West Palm. Let's give him a great big hand.
Blood brothers, one. My fingertips bear the scars of love, of backs broken and torn apart. I remember your thumb, cold against my wrist, when you pierced my flesh with your dagger. The warmth of our fingers pressed together, the smear of blood, that gave us our secrets. Oh, how you kept those secrets going in the rinse of the ocean as it pulled dark blood from my hand further and further out to sea, leaving me breathless and shapeless. 2. We met at the Coins at 3rd and Claymore, old brick remnants, a hapless hospital sign, in the middle of a gray and faceless city. In a dream, I remember being born there, but in the thirst of waking, I was left with only a dry ache of dust, a crack in the wall through which any of us could have emerged. Now this is the place where we take our needles in exchange for ourselves. It is a dry and antiseptic place, but we are dirty vessels in a dirty sea, and we have nothing to offer. You leave early. I sign my name. I'm told it is at least a 3 days wait for a clean bed. I wait 2 days. In a dream, I spend the 3 days writing letters home to you. You take them from the letterbox, open them, and seal them again with wax inside the envelope of your chest, which you have broken open with the axe from our mother's bedroom. 3. My blood will be a cruel rust, a bitter spray, a sweet water, a red shadow you kissed and dressed for the symphony. When I found you dead, I pulled you from the ocean and kissed the verdigris out of your eyes, which had always been blue. 4. I sign my name. I'm told it is at least 4 days wait for a clean bed. In a dream, I watch as you take the axe from off the wall and crash it into your chest. I want to wish you well, to offer you care, but my voice here is a reflection of itself, lost in the vacuum of this space between us.
is the same and only dream since. It is always at this point where I wake, sweating and afraid of how many days it's been.
And it's going to come up and Marya has the rotation for you. I get to go down with the clock.
You want to put scores up on the board?
Oh,
Yeah, we done some math. Richard's doing fancy math in his head. All right. The next rotation will be Delray, Miami, West Palm Beach. This is our last bout. This will determine our winners, who will receive $100, trophies, and gloating rights for the entire year. So we have the championship next year. That's right, gloating rights is probably the best prize of all. All right. What do we got, Richard? Why don't you tell me out loud? Second round.
Second round, I got for Delray at 70.9.
70.9 for Delray.
And Miami is 70.
Is this second round? That sounds like third round close to me.
Oh, the second round?
Second round, yes. That would be the two.
Okay, West Palm is 50.4.
50.4.
Delray is 46.0.
Delray is 46.0.
And Miami is 48.9.
Miami is 48.9. Now he's going to give me the scores. And the pen. Look at that. We're a slippery geared machine. All right. So, Delray, who are you sending up? Who's your last poet? Allie. Let's give a big round of applause for Allie from Delray Beach.
I asked where she was from, and she said, you know that Jim Jones place? I said, how do you like things here? And she said, you know, sometimes I wonder why I didn't drink the Kool-Aid. Just give me 2 minutes, and I will be able to justify the time I spent my last 2 good cents exacting the definition of the question why. I cannot stop this shit so long as I have a pulse. Why? I left the notebook of my best work at your house because you said I think too much. I'm sorry. Start over. I asked where she was from, and she said, you know that Jim Jones place? I said, how do you like things here? And she said, you know, sometimes I wonder why I didn't drink the Kool-Aid. Just give me 2 minutes, and I will be able to justify the time I spent my last 2 good cents exactly the definition of the question why. I cannot stop this shit so long as I have a pulse. Why? I left the notebook of my best work at your house because you said I think too much. And I could have written a book on the click, click, click of your tongue and teeth. On mostly I never heard a thing you said on. That's probably a good thing since ignorance works best when you still have dignity. I never paid much attention to sugar diabetes, and sometimes I wonder why I didn't drink the Kool-Aid. My mother called me crying because the man she wishes I called Daddy has finally been put away for knocking up the neighbor's 15-year-old daughter and knocking out the rest of her teeth for finding out about it. And she wants to know why I won't just come home and help take care of things. And I want to tell her that'd be like forgetting. To take my pants down for pissing my life away. And sometimes I wonder why I didn't drink the Kool-Aid. I owe more money than I am worth. And N equals dollars times pounds of this ass that makes me feel like a cheap magazine in a grocery store line that everyone wants to look at and run their fingers through, but no one wants to buy. No one wants to make the kind of offer that might make me stay. Language trickles down to fewer and fewer words every day, like come, sit, obey, give, take, breathe, say, don't, surprise, eat shit, and die. And all of that is demanding from just one girl and all of one day. And sometimes I wonder why I didn't drink the Kool-Aid. No one ever says sweet after you turn 16. No one throws you a party for losing your first job, and apparently, even if you stick your last pay stub under your pillow and sleep on it for 18 hours straight, you still can't squeeze out another nickel. People always invite you to expensive dinners. No one ever offers to pay your bills. The water tastes like piss here. The lights are flickering, and after this election, I am afraid that we will be waving our proud little flag of rights away, and sometimes, I wonder why I didn't drink the Kool-Aid.
Remember you, I do. I remember you. Yesterday I was sitting in the middle of my room on the floor and I was looking at your picture. And I remember that smile. I remember the way that you would laugh when I would tell my dry little jokes. I remember you. I remember you. Yesterday I was walking down the street and I remembered the picture and I saw this woman's face and she looked so much like you. She was coffee brown and she had that long, flowing, wavy hair. She looked like an Indian princess, just like you. I remember you. I remember you. I remember the way that the sun would catch your beautiful jewel-like eyes when you would walk, when you would talk. I remember the melody of your voice, the way it would ring in my ears long after you were gone. I remember you. I remember little boy me and little girl you as we sat in our sandboxes and you would bop me across the head and I would hit you back. But you loved me still. I loved you still. I remember that day that we were walking down the street together, hand in hand, when bang, bang, shots of bullets rang. And they just barely missed us as they hit the window behind us. Why couldn't I be there the day Carlos had the gun in his hand? I remember you. I remember the day I walked into work and they said, there's a phone call for you, Chris. And I picked up the phone and on the other end it was my mother's voice and she said those two words that still ring in my head. Geneva's got shot. And I dropped the bag of chicken nuggets that were in my hands and I began to shake because I remembered you. I remember walking into that hospital room and I saw the way that you looked, the way that your body was bloated and there were tubes everywhere sticking out your nose and your eyes and your ears. I remember you. I remember praying to God, please, not Geneva, no. I remember going to the nurse and asking her about you, and she said, well, baby, she's not doing well. I said, tell me something I can't see. And I remember, God, I remember walking down the aisle of that church, looking at that baby blue casket, praying to God, can it be somebody else when I get up there? And I remember looking to the rafters and hearing the voice of what I thought was an angel. And you said, I remember you too. I remember you.
Sorry, it's a group poem.
Fred, I'll shrink it. George W. Bush. George W. Bush. Battuti miss my driveway. George W. Bush. Battuti miss my son. George W. Bush. Battuti miss my men. George W. Bush. Ich will zusammenflügen. George W. Bush. Das hat einander, das hat meinen Arsch. George W. Bush. Then you will know how your policies think. George W. Bush. George W. Bush. Attention, attention. Baby Jesus born in close detention, but I wanted to mention that the masses are a loaded gun. We're done with what you've done. We're through with what you do. George W., we coming for you and your agents of distortion, whose portion of extortion increased in proportion with every contortion. Fuck abortion, overpopulate, keep the patios overpopulated, so that when we get frustrated, we'll have soldiers to defend us when the devil tries to end us. George W. Bush! George W. Bush!
For the love of oil, for your ignorance of foreign soil, you reduce a man to $1 and then cater to the largest denominator. But here we are, steady now, rising with the ocean tide to erase the lies you tried to sell to the common people. It strengthens us to watch you fail, watch you disgrace. Your father's face is not enough to garner peace. When you wage the lies of those you suppose to be weak on ballistic missile defense, on the destruction of the environment, on profiteering at the consumer's expense for the love of oil. For your ignorance of foreign soil, you reduce a man to $1 and then cater to the largest denominator, George W. Bush.
George W. Bush! Everyone wants your freedom under George W. Bush, or we'll all be throwing W's under George W. Bush! George W. Bush!
Okay. We've got in third place with a score of 95.3, Team Delray Beach. Give them a big hand. In second place, we're going to have the winners come up. In second place, with a score of 105.2, is Miami. That means our winners are West Palm. Why don't you come on up, Team West Palm? We've got $100 in cash for the team. Plus, these lovely trophies that say Hot Air 2001 Florida Poetry Slam Championship winner. Richard is the coach of the West Palm Beach team, and he is the slam master at Underground Coffee Works every Wednesday. Let's give a big hand to the winners, Team West Palm Beach. And the voting rights for 2001. Good job, guys. These guys are going to be at Nationals in Seattle, Washington in August. All right, West Palm Beach was the first ever Florida Slam team to go to first be certified and second to go to Nationals last year. This year, Delray Beach is also certified and will be going to Nationals as well. And this evening has been held as a fundraiser for Delray Beach. If there's anyone here who came in a little late and didn't pay their $7 at the door, please remember this is a fundraiser and you're on the honor system to do that. But I want to also give a big round of applause to the venue who gave us this venue for free to hold this tonight. I want to just remind you we have our merchandise table over here to the left over here. The candle is burning, and it's burning brightly because we've got t-shirts over there with this lovely Hot Air Slam logo that was just designed by Jeffro. T-shirts are $20, and every penny of it goes to sending Delray Beach to nationals. We're having a big, arduous time raising the money for going all the way to Seattle, Washington. So if you can, check out the t-shirts. There's chapbooks over there, books of poetry, there are bumper stickers, there's all sorts of stuff you never knew you needed until now. All right? So we're going to bring it back up, Coos Coos International, to play some jazz for you. I hope you enjoy your evening. Thank you very much.